Over the years of high school basketball, we haven't seen many cases and scenarios where top players join forces with other top players. However, recently and over the past couple of years, it's starting to be more of a trend. And now, one of the top players in the class of 2022 has left his team to join forces with Mikey Williams. Yo, what's up guys? If you're a hooper or basketball player or anyone who plays sports, go check out PSD underwear. They have the most comfortable and best sports performing underwear out there. And if you're an athlete like me, I've struggled my whole life to find that perfect underwear for my games. But I'm just here to tell you guys this is the one. And if you don't believe me, just check out all the big time ballers that are rocking this gear. We got Mikey Williams, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, James Wiseman, and even Trey Young. And that's just 5 out of the long list of athletes that rock this. And oh yeah, we can't forget to mention your girl Summer Rae is even rocking these. So if you're interested or just want to browse on their website, I'll leave a link in the description box for you guys down below. And you guys know I got you. Use code XDINE20 for 20% off on your purchase. Huge shout out to PSD Underwear for sponsoring this video. Alright guys, let's get into the video. Coming in at a very solid 6'2" and 190 pounds, we have Bryce Griggs. Bryce is a 4-star recruit, and at one time he was even a 5-star and a top 5 player. One thing that is very interesting about Bryce's transfer is that I already knew about this 5 months ago. And if you think I'm lying, you can go check out my video. I made a video on Bryce Griggs 5 months ago and predicted this move to team up with Mikey Williams. And I know some of you may be wondering, yo, how did you predict this? Well, it actually wasn't a prediction. Bryce Griggs' brother actually DM'd me on Instagram and we started talking. This conversation happened 5 to 6 months ago when that video came out. He DM'd me and asked if I could make a video on his brother, and I said, yeah man, I'm down, and we just started talking from there. As you guys know, I do a lot of research on the players I cover on my channel, so he was just trying to help me out and give me a lot of information that you guys may not know. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but if you want to see that video, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box below. It's a very good video and we go deep into detail on Bryce Griggs. Long story short, I made the video on him and he also gave me a lot of big details. When we was talking, he asked if I could take a phone call, and then this is when he started revealing a lot of secret stuff. He told me I couldn't say that he told me the information, but now I can because it's out to the public. But when I made the video, I was supposed to keep it a secret, and I did. With that being said though, he said I could release the information, and that's what I did. He literally told me word for word. He was like, oh yeah, Mikey Williams and Bryce, they're best friends and they've been talking a lot. This is what he literally told me word for word. We was talking and then out of nowhere he goes, oh yeah, you might want to throw this in there. Bryce Griggs and Mikey Williams are going to be teaming up very soon. And he said it so casually. I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? And this is when he responded. He was like, oh yeah, Bryce and Mikey, they've been best friends for like 3 to 4 years now. They've been planning this for a while. So I asked him, I was like, yo, is this a serious thing? Because I can't be lying on my channel. And he said, oh yeah, it's serious. You can say it. They've done worked out all the details. So when Bryce announced he was going to be teaming up with Mikey, this caught a lot of people by surprise. However, this was already worked down around 5 to 6 months ago, so it didn't catch me by surprise because I knew this and they already knew what was going on too. Another thing that you guys might be interested in that hasn't happened yet, but he also said I could release to the public, is that they're going to be coming out with their own basketball series very soon. They're working on doing a day in life series with overtime, but obviously because of coronavirus it hasn't happened just yet. But according to my source, it's going to be happening very soon, so y'all stay tuned for that. Alright, with all that being said, let's dive into the grit and details of this story. Well, first things first, Bryce is an absolute star and was putting up great numbers at his high school. However, when his brother reached out to me, he told me that Bryce does not actually like playing at his high school. But before we get into his high school days, let's throw it all the way back to when he was just in middle school. Well, first thing is first, when he was playing middle school basketball, he was regarded as one of the top players in the country. He really started to draw in a lot of hype on the EYBL circuit during AAU season. And when he was in middle school, he was 5'10" and roughly 150 pounds. But flash forward to 1 year later, a lot of things changed. He was still dominating his competition, however his competition was just older and bigger than him. But he grew as well. He was now listed at 6'1" and 175 pounds and was playing against older competition. But not only that, he also switched teams and this hurt him dramatically in the rankings. Bryce wound up changing teams and decided to join the Team Harden team in Houston, Texas. And he was only 14 years old at the time, but he had no problem whatsoever. He still managed to average 20 points per game, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds against 16 and 17 year olds. We just have to sit back and admire how impressive that is for a kid to be averaging 20 a game against kids that are 3 years older than him. He showed no decline in his game whatsoever, but his ranking did see a decline. And the sad part about this is, it's really not even his fault. When he was playing for Nike during the AAU season, he was getting a ton of coverage and all the big time coaches were coming to the tournaments and he was getting a lot of hype. However, when he decided to switch over from Nike to Adidas and join Team Houston, he lost all of that coverage. The Adidas AAU summer circuit just isn't highly covered like the Nike one is. All of the recruiters and people who compose the rankings are going to Nike events. They don't really go to a lot of Adidas events, so therefore there's not a lot of eyes on you and you're not getting recognized as much. So therefore, Bryce Griggs lost all that attention and coverage. And like I said, it really wasn't even his fault, it was just an unfortunate circumstance. When he was playing for his Nike team, he was regarded as a top 5 player by all recruiting websites. But once he made the switch over to an Adidas team, he dropped all the way down to number 55 in most rankings. That is a huge decline. But Bryce Griggs learned from his lesson. He actually planned on returning back to a Nike team in this up and coming AAU season. However, due to the coronavirus, this did not happen. And he didn't just plan on returning to a Nike team, he also planned on regaining his top 5 spot in his class. But however, this did not happen due to the coronavirus pandemic this summer. Even though he didn't get to return back to a Nike team this summer, he has plenty of time left and he'll definitely be on a Nike team for whenever the AAU season comes back again. Now with all of that being said, he's actually jumped his ranking back up dramatically. At one point he was at 55, but now he's all the way back up to 29. And a huge part of that is because he's had tremendous seasons at his high school. So just how good was Bryce Griggs at his high school? Let's get into it. As a freshman playing for varsity, in 32 games played, he scored 21 points per game. For being just a freshman on varsity, that's outstanding. He also happened to pitch in 3.4 assists and 4.3 rebounds. And overall, his team had a pretty solid year. They wound up finishing 28-10, which is not bad. I said not bad, what am I talking about? That's actually really good. But going into his sophomore year, he wanted to prove to the people that dropped him in the rankings that they was wrong. In 37 games played, he averaged 24.6 points per game. Not only that, he also pitched in 4.5 assists and roughly 3.5 rebounds. For being a sophomore, that's really good. And oh yeah, we can't forget to mention, he led his team to a 33-5 overall record. One thing to note too that you really don't see in the stat line or the highlight or hoop mixtape videos is that he was getting doubled and even triple teamed some games. So to be putting up 25 points each and every night, that's incredible. Another side note and fun fact to throw in there from my source that is very close to Bryce Griggs is that every game was literally sold out and packed. There was so many people at each and every one of his games that people were literally standing in the gym just to watch him play. And sometimes people were standing 3 to 4 and even 5 rows back. And all of this was over a sophomore. Think about it, he still has 2 years left of high school basketball. So with Bryce Griggs leading his team to a 33-5 record, things were seeming great for him. So why did he decide to leave? Well, the answer to that question is more simple than you think. Normally when high school players leave, it's because their high school team isn't that good and they want to go to a better program. However, this does not seem the case, right? Because his high school team was 28-10 one year and 33-5 in the other. And on paper, it sounds like and looks like they have a good team, but you gotta dive deep into it to actually find out what was going on. There's 2 reasons as to why Bryce left his high school team. The first reason is that he actually wasn't really happy with his high school team. In every game, there was a lot of pressure on him to succeed, and he just feels like he needed some more help. But if you were just looking at the team's record, you wouldn't think that. But here's the thing, that's how good this guy is. He actually led his team to that many victories because he's that good and can get through the double and triple teams. But with that being said, it is stressful knowing each and every night you're gonna get double teamed and you're not gonna have much help. So he's just been extremely tired of that and he just wants a little help, man. So that's one of the main reasons, and here's the other. The other and main reason, as you guys have probably guessed it, is Mikey Williams. A lot of people actually don't know this, but they're literally best friends. And this wasn't a friendship that developed over the recent year or two. They've been best friends for like 4 to 5 years. They've been talking about teaming up for literally the past 2 years. And I know some of you are probably like, yo, if they've been talking about it for that long, why are they just now doing it? Well, transferring all the way from Texas to California isn't as easy as it sounds. You have to work out the details and the scenarios. And that's what they've been doing. Even during this season, as he was playing for his high school, he was already making the plans to move. It's just now been released to the public that he decided to make this move. This move was officially announced to the public on June 1st of 2020. And on that same day, he even posted a picture to Twitter that said this: "I got 'em mad, make 'em matter. Dago, what's good?" And in the picture he posted, he's in an Eastside Joe jersey. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's probably had that picture for a while now. And Mikey Williams also responded, "Welcome to the city." And one of the funny things about this is that Griggs has not even spoken to his old high school coach about the move. Like I said, they didn't end on bad terms, but he wasn't exactly thrilled to be there. One thing is for sure though, this is going to be the new dynamic duo in high school basketball. And I know a lot of people don't know of Bryce Griggs like they do of Mikey Williams, but trust me, believe the hype. He hasn't got a lot of hype over the past couple of years because he was playing for an Adidas team, but trust me, once he goes back to a Nike team and also playing alongside Mikey Williams, he's gonna regain the hype. And the really scary thing about this is it's not like Mikey Williams needed that much more help because he can literally win a game by himself, but now he's got an even better player alongside of him. These two guys are definitely gonna be a scary matchup for any team to face. You're talking about two guys that literally average nearly 30 points per game, and now they're on the same team. And I don't think their averages are even going to take a hit because it's not like Mikey Williams playing for the best team in the country. They can use some help. We don't know how these two are going to play together yet, but there's one thing for sure. It's definitely going to be something exciting to watch. Bryce Griggs went from one of the top players in middle school to a guy who kind of fell off for 2 years. But now he's back on the rise and he's even teamed up with Mikey Williams. So if you haven't heard about this kid just yet, just open your ears because he's going to make some noise. But hey man, with all this being said, that's about going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you are new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family. Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. Before I end this video, I want to say a huge thank you to my source for this video. Thank you for helping me out with the information. Means a lot. And yeah man, as always, let's be great. I'm out y'all. Peace.